Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. I decided to change the name of the podcast to GG Live because I thought it just fit the channel a lot more than Movies in the Morning. Look, I think that's a catchy, cool title name, and maybe I'll start that podcast another time. But, I thought GG Live was just so much more fitting. My man, Jordan, thank you so much for showing up this morning, brother. Thanks for joining me for Geekly Goods Live. Our very first Geekly Goods live stream. Monday was the first one for Movies in the Morning, but again, changing the title. So let's start things out with that big news yesterday with the Academy Awards changing some requirements for the Best Picture eligibility. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am all for diversity in that I really want more films with crew of color, cast of color, main characters of color, leads of color, supporting actors and actresses of color to be in the Oscars and to be considered. I even think more foreign films should be considered for the Best Picture category. Congratulations last year to Bong Joon-ho for winning for Best Picture for Parasite. I thought that was actually well received. I thought that was well deserved for him to get that award. So I'm happy to see that the Oscars in previous years have got more diverse. They have more diverse judges. They have directors and actors and talent of color judging these movies. And I thought that that was such a great move. I was like, look, we got to have people of today representing judgment for these films, because let's be real here. Yes, when the Academy started, there were the show business was a lot different. And I want to go back to a year earlier in the Oscars where Mammy won for Gone with the Wind, and the actress was not even allowed to show up. Times are different. Times have changed. So I'm glad that judges have changed. And I just want to preface that story by saying that I do think that there does need to be a lot more diversity for the Oscars. But where I'm a little bit so-so is these requirements. I think that making a checklist feels a little distasteful to me. I kind of wonder why this wasn't why they weren't considering these things before. Why do you need a checklist now? To me, it feels a little bit forced. I think it feels a little over the top. Look, I wanted Last Black Man in San Francisco to be nominated for Best Picture. I thought it was a great film. I thought that it had plenty of potential to be up for at least a nomination, but it didn't get there. And I understand that if we judge by this criteria, it's possible films like that can get in. But I don't really necessarily like that there's this public checklist now that says, okay, it has to meet these certain criteria. Now, I want to just kind of take a look at the standards here. We can have a quick look together. And if you're listening to this either on a podcast afterward, then you'll be able to, I'll just kind of sum it up for you as well for those listening to audio later. But I wanted to have a look at this and just kind of look at the standards. Now, they're saying that it has to meet the current eligibility. So let's see here. The Diversity Inclusion Initiative has been a heavy focus for Oscars the past few years, shown by the expansive membership initiative. And that was what I was talking about earlier, by having more judges and more members of people who are judging these films be people of color. And I think that is incredible. I think that is the way to go. That was, to me, when I heard about that, I was like, okay, yes, we need people of color involved in this. But here's where I'm just a little divisive about it. Now, they say that these standards, let's see, I want to make sure I'm getting this correct here, because I did read it last night, and it said that they had to meet at least one standard in every single category. Now, standard A is on-screen representation, themes, and narratives. And to achieve standard A, the film must meet one of the following criteria: lead or significant supporting actors. At least one of the lead actors or significant supporting actors is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. And they have them all bulleted here: Asian, Hispanic / Latinx, Black / African American, etc. Now, the second criteria, or the second, I guess, achievement that you can put in there to achieve this is at least 30% of all actors in secondary and more minor roles are from at least two of the following underrepresented groups: women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities. And then the third, I guess, not requirement, but the third option. See, this is why this is weird, in my opinion. The main storyline / subject matter, theme, or narrative of the film is centered on an underrepresented group: women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+, people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. So that's standard A. They're saying it has to meet, in order to get standard A, it has to meet one of those three criteria. Your lead or significant supporting actors have to be, people from underrepresented racial or ethnic groups. The second point is that the general ensemble cast has to be one of those as well, or it can be women, LGBTQ+. Same with the main storyline. And see, that to me, it's like most films now are like that anyway. So why do we have to make this bulleted checklist is beyond me. Now, there is another standard B, which is creative leadership and project team. And now to achieve that, you have to fit one of these criteria: creative leadership and department heads. At least two of the following creative leadership positions and department heads: casting director, cinematographer, makeup artist, etc., visual, all of those are from the underrepresented groups: women, racial or ethnic group, LGBTQ+. And to me, I'm like, all right, this should just be happening anyway. Like, I don't really understand why they're coming up with these lists and criterias of saying, okay, you have to have people of color or women or LGBTQ+. People should just be employing them. And I don't think making it an Oscar requirement is really going to necessarily help that problem. I think that making the judges people of color, people from underrepresented backgrounds, LGBTQ+, women, I think that is the key to helping us get more films with diverse actors, diverse casts. That's the key. This is, Jordan says, I understand the need for diversity, but this is too much. I completely agree. This to me is like too much. It just it's like, come on, that. And, there was something I saw circulating last night that I actually tagged in my video, and it was Oscars goes full woke. And look, I don't really want to get too much into things like that, but what I do want to say is that this is absolutely too much, in my opinion. I think that, again, it should just go without saying. This shouldn't really need a bulleted checklist. But you know what? I had actually scrolled on Twitter a little bit last night, and go ahead and follow my friend Rosa's Reviews over on Twitter. I had seen her post about it, and she had said, this is a good thing and that it can help films that may have never been considered before maybe even get a nomination. And, I see that part of it. I see that this is possibly going to help films that might have completely been overlooked get into at least a nomination. And look, I'm all for that. I want more films with Black leads, LGBTQ+ leads, Asian leads, women leads. Like, I want more underrepresented groups in movies to make it in the Best Picture category. I just don't think this is really going. I mean, I guess it's definitely going to help, but I just think this is going too far. I think that this could have even been something that they kept behind closed doors. They could have just said, look, we need to really get together, look at the people we've been nominating in these last couple of years, like 2016, when most of the actors and actresses were all white. They should just look at things like that and say, okay, let's come up with some stuff for us. The people who have been on this board, they know who they are, for about 50 to 60 to 70 years judging this and have judged the same every time. Those are the people you need to say, like, look, times are different now. Let's move on from the antiquitous ways we used to vote, and let's be more diverse. they didn't need to put all this out in public and say like, oh yeah, well, it's got to meet this bullet point and this bullet point and this bullet point and this. I think they should already be meeting that. Like, films should already be employing people, women, racial or ethnic groups, LGBTQ plus, like it says on the bullets. They should already be doing that. This should already be something here. Like, this should already be a part of the film community. Like, film should be hiring crew and staff that are, you know, from different backgrounds, underrepresented backgrounds, women, LGBTQ plus. That should already go without saying. So to kind of have this bulleted checklist to say, well, does this film have somebody that is from an underrepresented background? Oh, okay, it does. It meets the criteria. It's excessive. It's excessive. That's for sure. I mean, look, I think it might be too far, Jordan, in terms of putting this out in the public. I think that might have been like, okay, just a little much. But, you know, for me personally, I don't really like it, but I do like what it's striving for. I do like diversity, and I do think we do need to continue having more diversity in the Oscars. I was happy to see a foreign film actually take Best Picture. Whether that was my favorite film of the group or not, I was glad to see a foreign film took Best Picture, because we had Roma back in 2018, the 2018 Oscars, and that lost to Green Book. But we had a foreign film make its way in there back then, and I'm really happy to see more foreign films, more films with leads and supporting actors of color making it. Like, the diversity is happening. So I'm really happy for that. And like I said earlier, I'm glad the judges and the people judging this stuff are people of color, and we're going to get a lot more diversity within the years to come. I just think this checklist is a little excessive. I just think it just feels forced. And I don't like forced diversity. I like diversity where we just naturally all want to be diverse and all want to be different and all want to include people from all different backgrounds, all different shapes and sizes, ethnicities, gender, sexual orientations, genders, everything. We got to include everybody, because this is this world, guys. We got to include everybody. Everybody is beautiful for who they are, and we need to include them all. So look, it's excessive, but I do like the push for diversity, and I am glad that the board has decided to elect more voting members of color, underrepresented backgrounds, LGBTQ, women. Very glad about that. Shout out to the Oscars for that move, but maybe this is a little excessive diversity. Maybe this is just a little much, but y'all let me know down in the comments, or if you're watching this after, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. Like, just let me know your thoughts. I just think it's taking it, you know, it's just a little much in my opinion. But look, if this is going to help films that may have not been considered before, then hey, I'm glad those films will get a chance, because we do need more diverse films in that category. And I'm all for even expanding it to be 10 picks every year, 15 picks every year. Hey, at least get nominated. Look, it might not be the best pick, but hey, it deserves a nomination for being such a beautiful work of art that moved so many people. So, hey, you know, excessive, but diversity, great. Love that part. Love that a lot. Love that a lot. But guys, I think we spent a lot on this topic. I want to kind of just go ahead and move on into some other things that we got on the list. Now, yesterday we got some pictures for The Mandalorian, some new pictures for season 2, and I can't be more excited. That first season was great. I like that every single episode felt different. You know, it feels like we got to explore. Every episode was very much kind of just the two of them. And I'm talking Baby Yoda and Mando running around kind of like a ragtag wolf, lone wolf and cub combo. I loved that. So I love the individual episodes that they do. And, you know, I like their little team. You know, I like Carl Weathers. I like Gina Carano. I like the crew that they've built up. Now, here's just kind of a first look at Mando and Baby Yoda. Now, it kind of looks the same, admittedly. They kind of look to be in settings that look similar. And here's another picture of Carl Weathers, Gina Carano, and Mando. And judging from these pictures, I can't say much. I don't really have too many theories based off of just these stills alone. But I can say they do hype me up. And one observation I made is Carl Weathers' character has a beard. So I'm assuming there's been a little bit of time passed, at least a couple months, if not maybe a little more. But I'm thinking probably a couple of months between season 1 and season 2 have passed. And we'll end up probably dropping in at a little bit of a time skip here once season 2 arrives. But I'm so excited for that trailer. Like, I'm just like, please, please, please drop it when y'all can. Come on, Disney Plus. Give us a trailer. Shoot. And don't give us a teaser leading up to a trailer. Give us a full trailer now. We really want that. It's coming out in October. I think that's 1 month away. So I think right now is the perfect time to just drop a trailer, which, speaking of trailers, Dune trailer is dropping today at 10 a.m. Very excited for that. That is going to be pretty exciting. It's going to probably shake the internet with that drop. But Mandalorian season 2, let's get a trailer, guys. Come on, Disney. Come on. Give me a trailer. Give me a trailer. I think all of us want that trailer, and we all want to have a good closer look at what we're going to be dealing with here in season 2. Really enjoyed season 1. Again, I liked the individual episodes. I liked Giancarlo Esposito coming in at the end there. I think his character has a lot of layers to uncover, especially because he has the Darksaber. So that ties in the whole Mandalorian universe from Clone Wars and from why can't I remember the other Rebels, from Rebels as well. So I want to know what his tie-in is with all of this. I know everybody else is really curious. They dropped a new photo of him as well yesterday. So give us some more, Disney. Let's get a teaser. Let's get a trailer going, please. But man, I'm really excited for Mandalorian season 2. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you excited for the next season of The Mandalorian? Have you seen the first season? Let me know, guys. It was a great, great first season. Now let's move into a very interesting story that I stumbled upon yesterday. An exclusive with Collider. Now, apparently, they spotted Sacha Baron Cohen shooting something in LA a couple of months ago, or no, last month. And nobody knew what it was, but Collider was able to confirm that Sacha Baron Cohen has shot Borat 2, and it does exist, and that it has been screened for a select few individuals, apparently. Now, this is apparently it follows Borat, and he's a much more popular reporter, and he's actually reporting undercover because of the events in the first film. Apparently, he's well known, so that is what is going to be following him, kind of just doing reports on the down low. And my question is, how did this happen? And when are we going to get Borat 2? And it's very unclear who's going to be paying for it. We don't really know. I mean, 20th Century Fox was the one who released the first film. Disney owns that now. So who knows? I doubt Disney's going to be the one racing into the race line or the finish line trying to get that released. I very, very highly doubt that. But I mean, hey, who knows? I don't know who funded it. Collider was reporting that they believe it could be some kind of rich streamer, some gamer or somebody like that who has a lot of funds to fund that. I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, hey, right on. I want more details though. Like, I want to know, like, where are we going to be in Borat 2? What's going to happen? Like, I got to say, this excites me. I like that first Borat. I thought it was hilarious. I would be very excited to see a second Borat. And it's crazy to me that he kind of shot all this on the DL. I'm really looking forward to getting some more details on all this and just actually getting to see it. Now, one source actually described it as Cohen playing Borat, playing Cohen. So kind of like a play on himself with being in the Borat clothes. But somebody else did come back and say that that was not correct, that wasn't true. So Maybe it's not. Maybe not. But I'm really looking forward to Borat 2. You guys let me know. My man Jordan, excited for The Mandalorian. I'm hoping to see great progress. GG, want to see more live streams, high quality content. Hey, thank you so much, man. And, you know, I just want to swing back around to the Oscars topic because that is such a hot topic right now. And I see we got a couple people here. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments about this. Again, I think it's excessive. I agree with you, Jordan. Maybe not too far, just excessive. We gotta keep the push for diversity going, but let's not detour and detract from that by making these requirements and checklists and things like that. No, let's just ethically do that. Like going forward, let's just ethically do that. And let's hire more people of color from diverse backgrounds. And, you know, I don't think the Oscars should be the one looking at this. I think it should be movie studios. They should be the ones saying, we need to hire people who have great experience from different backgrounds. They don't need to be the Oscars. Like, it's like, why them? No, the studio should be saying, like, you know, look, we passed this guy up before because back in 1989, blah, 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 because he was black. No, let's bring him in. He's a great talent. That's what needs to be happening. Like, let's modernize the industry, okay? There are plenty of people of color and people from underrepresented backgrounds who get passed up for that reason. Still, it's pathetic, in my opinion. You know, there are many skilled people of color and from different underrepresented backgrounds, and they deserve chances just as much as their white counterparts. Come on now. Like, come on. They need to do better. The studios are the ones that need to do better. But let's round out the stream to my last topic. And I seen this yesterday, and I kind of squinted my eyes at first and was like, what's going on here? The Golden Girls. There is a one-time reboot happening for charity, and it features an all-black cast playing the original characters of the Golden Girls. Now you got Tracee Ellis Ross, who played Rose. You've got Sanaa Lathan, who played Blanche. You've got Alfre Woodard, who plays Sophia, and then Regina King, who's playing Dorothy, and Sanaa Lathan is playing Blanche. Yep. Look, I'm glad this is for a charity. I'm glad it's a one-night stream. I think these 4 women deserve their own series. And I said that on Twitter. I shared that on Facebook as well. Give these ladies a series. These ladies are knockouts. Like, they seriously are phenomenal actresses. They, each and every one of them, are a lead actress in their own right and can pull a movie themselves. We've seen it. I mean, Regina King is my favorite actress. One of like 3 or 4 of my absolute favorite actresses. And I'm like, yo, I'm cool with this for a one-night charity event to get some money and do it for charity, do it for good. Let's not make this an actual show, though. If we want to go for a show, let's give them their own show. They all deserve that. They're all leading ladies. They all got to. Now, it was for the charity Color of Change. And, you know, this charity designs campaigns powerful enough to end practices that unfairly hold Black people back and champion solutions that move us all forward until justice is real. Now, I just read that directly off their website, and I love this for one night. Just one night. If we're going to move forward, though, if executives are looking at that and they're like, wow, the chemistry between them is great, we love the concept, then make an original series. I don't want them playing different versions of Blanche and Dorothy who were played by white women before. Make it a different series, y'all. I'm watching. We're watching because this needs to be a series. I mean, these ladies, all 4 of them, those are 4 knockouts. Like, whew, I love all their filmographies, especially Regina King, Alfre Woodard. I definitely would love to see this as a series. Like, I think they would play off of each other incredibly. And if you had Alfre Woodard in kind of like the matriarch role, kind of like the oldest, the most wise, that would be awesome. Even if it was like inspired by the Golden Girls, whatever. it would still be cool to be an original series about Black culture and Black families, Black grandkids and kids. Like, I would love to see that. Like, it would be cool if it was something like Family Reunion or some kind of cool new show like that. I'm all for bringing in some kind of show that's new, that's fresh, that celebrates Black culture. Man, I would absolutely love that. And now, one last thing I seen scrolling on Facebook this morning, I just wanted to tack on to the end of the stream is, I have a question for you all. Would you eat hot Cheeto crusted pickles? I definitely wouldn't. But in theory, it sounds like it could be tasty. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Would you eat hot Cheeto crusted pickles? Probably the nastiest thing I saw scrolling on my feed this morning. But hey, some people are all for it. You let me know. Are you a big pickles fan? I like pickles. I like hot Cheetos. I like them separate, though. But y'all, you know, I'm going to go ahead and round this out, guys. Go ahead and finish on up. I want these to be between like 20 to 30, at most 45 minutes. You know, just a quick hit of the latest news in the morning. Again, Oscars, excessive, but the push for diversity has to continue. Whether it's a checklist or not, that's kind of weird. But I am all for more diversity in the Oscars. And you know what? If this does help films that would have never been considered before, maybe it's a good thing. I want to see how it plays out. I want to see, look, for me, actions speak louder than words. So they say this now. Let's see where we are 6 months from now, because they said they were going to make a popular category in the Oscars. And yeah, 1 month later, that was yanked. Jordan was saying, I compare it more to what the NBA is doing. They promote BLM, but everyone needs to do that regardless. I agree. But the NBA is not saying, okay, our players have to be like, they're not doing that. They're not making a checklist. So I love that they're pushing for BLM by just representing, you know what I mean? And I think that would be cool for the Oscars to do. Like, look, if the Oscars came out and had a presentation like that or something like that, and they were doing like the NBA, that would be awesome. And I'm thinking that's what's going to happen this year. And for me personally, I don't mind that. Some people think it's too much. Some people think it's too woke. I don't mind that. I think it's cool. Hot flavored pickle Cheetos. That sounds absolutely disgusting. Definitely passing. I agree with you, Jordan. I'm passing up on that one, man. No. But y'all, thank you so much for coming through to GG Live. Jordan, thanks for coming through, my friend. I seen a couple more pass through as well. Thank you all for tuning in. And if you're tuning in on the replay, please let me know your thoughts down in the comments, because I'm definitely feeling weird about this. Like, I think it's excessive. That's my thoughts. I think it's excessive. I think it should have just been without saying. It should have just been, let's judge these films by being great movies, and it should have gone without saying that they should be hiring people who are talented, and they should be hiring people from underrepresented backgrounds. If you're talented, you're talented. So this is excessive. But guys, let me know your thoughts, and I will see y'all Friday, and we'll be talking about music that time. So I'm excited to dive a little bit into some tunes and talk about some new music, guys. So catch you Friday.